Hello, this is a series on this Honda Del Sol that I'm sitting in right now. I'm going to go ahead and repair it, restore it, fix things up that I got from the previous owner, who may or may not have mistreated it a little bit. Spoiler, bit of a ladder. Just go over what you needed and what we did. Right, so I was taking this apart. As you can see around here, we've got a lot of oil deposits that are real fresh. And right here, this was stripped, or so I thought. There is a fracture right here. You may not be able to see it clearly, but there is indeed one. And that's why you don't torque something down too tight. Another prime example over here is, after cleaning it up a bit, there's a fracture here as well. That's perhaps not the best angle to see it, but there is indeed one right there. So it's a good thing I got a whole new rocker arm assembly, because it's definitely going to need replacing. I'm not sure how terrible the damage is, or, things like that over time. I assume it would probably be a bad thing for your engine. So we headed on over to the junkyard, where I found a Del Sol with the same engine as the one I had. Single overhead cam and SI model, so it's 1.6 liter. Take a look at the interior. Yep, it looks like a junk car for sure. So we went ahead and removed a couple other things besides just the rocker arm assembly. Here I am taking off the idle air control valve and going ahead and putting that in bags. It's very good to bring bags and all the tools you can use. And here I am trying to grab another part. All in total, we grabbed some antennas, and as you can see, there was also some prime material in the interior as well, but didn't end up grabbing that. This is the one I pulled out of the yard. This is the one that was in my engine. This one over here, it looks quite a bit better. Now, I would definitely say this one's got quite a bit more build up on it, but as you can see, we got two pairs of lifters, one for VTEC and one for non-VTEC. You can see, actually, this is what it pushes this in, and then you got the VTEC anyway. Right, so what we have here is the rocker arm kind of assembly hold down from the wrecking yard. You can see that it's in a bit better condition than this one. This one is the one I just pulled out of my car. You remember that little hairline fracture right there? Put it together, you can hardly see that something's even there. Look at that. But there definitely was something there, wasn't there? So I can't even put this back together if I wanted to, and I really don't want to. Now just look at the difference between the new one I just cleaned out and the old one. It's not even a comparison.
With all the parts cleaned up, with most of the grease off of it, I went ahead and started to construct the rocker arm assembly. With all the rocker arms in place and in the right order, next step was to insert the shafts for the VTEC. These allow the VTEC to switch between the normal cam profile and the rocker arm with the more pronounced cam profile, which allows more intake in, thus more power, but more fuel consumption. It was a pretty clever design, and it's very well known and renowned for its versatility. While assembling these parts, I was going to use some assembly oil, but going to the auto parts place that is nearest to me, they simply didn't have it. So I decided to use the standard motor oil that I would be using in the car as lubrication and to keep the parts well oiled while I assembled it, to prevent any scuffs and scratches. Once the rocker arm assembly was complete, it was time to drop it into the engine. Reinstalling the rocker arm assembly was somewhat tricky. The rocker arms themselves tend to swing out of alignment so that they are stuck either below or above in the wrong orientation, so that it's not properly coming in contact with the camshaft itself. Once that's back down, we take the top holder, which was fractured as before, place that on top, as well as the lost motion assembly. As you can see, I'm putting the bolts down on top of the rocker arm assembly hold down. As you can see on the exhaust side, the front side, the bolts didn't go down all the way as the rocker arm was not completely lined up, but once the threads were aligned properly, they all fall down in a very satisfactory manner. The torque specs for this particular engine, the D16Z6, which was found in the 1993 SI version, as we see here, these are torqued down to 16 feet-pound torque. Other variants of the engines get tightened down to, I believe, 9, but this one is 16, which is very fitting considering the engine. Then I went to the 10mm bolts, and boy, let me tell you, I learned a very valuable lesson here. These broke not once, but twice. I broke these twice.
Oh, what the fuck? This thing's a piece of shit. I'm just trying to grab it with these pliers and gently. Oh God, please. Fly the thread lords. I repent. Please forgive me. No, no, it's going back down. Oh. Oh, buddy. It's coming out. Breathing intensifies. I've made it this far. I think this is it. I think I can do it now. I think this is just the home stretch. Oh. I'm doing it. Baby, we did it. I did it. I did it. Thank you, auto gods, for blessing me, for giving me mercy. I hardly deserve this beautiful blessing. Oh, buddy. Ha ha, baby. Ah. Well, there she is.
Once that's all down, I had to go ahead and adjust the valves because they were completely all wrong. There are very good videos out there about this process, and I'm probably going to link some in the description. One of the best things you can do for the older economic Japanese cars is to adjust the valves and give it a new timing belt. Now go ahead here and adjust the valves accordingly, and then we're good to go. Next video is going to concern the valve cover, which will cover up this beautiful construction. Thanks for watching, and you have a great one.